Codex is quick, clean, and it's here to help you work. So today I'm going to show you how to use it by building my own app and taking it live. Let's get into it. Codex isn't available through the ChatGPT desktop app, so I'm going to download it directly from OpenAI. Anyone can download and use it actually, but if you're on the free or go plan, you'll hit the limits pretty quickly. So I really recommend that you go with the Plus plan at least. Now once you do, you will see that there's an option to migrate your projects from Claude Code or Cursor if you have it. Now I'm going to skip this step for now and start totally fresh. Now, when you open up the app, you'll see that it looks pretty much the same as your regular ChatGPT app. The difference is that you can open up a side panel that will have your project files, browser space, and a terminal that you can use. Now, I'm going to open up a new project to work from. This will actually create a local folder for all your project files. Before we start chatting, there are two things worth figuring out. First, model selection. Now, Codex tracks your usage daily as well as weekly, so it's worth keeping an eye on which models you're using per task. To stretch your usage, I recommend sticking to a lightweight model like 5.4 mini for planning mode. Now, save 5.5 for higher reasoning options for coding tasks. Second, with Codex, you can actually have more than one chat going on at the same time. It's super helpful when you need to quickly ask a question or look something up, but you're in the middle of running a longer command. It's basically like having multiple tabs open on your browser, but for coding. Now with that sorted, let's get started. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is set Codex to plan mode and then dump in all of my notes and files. Now, I collected some pictures as references and notes from a brainstorming session earlier, so I'm going to add all of that to my chat so Codex can analyze them. And it will help me save time and tokens. I'll leave my initial prompt in the description box below. Oh, and by the way, if you want more tips like this on how to save tokens, then make sure to subscribe to the channel, because we release videos like this all the time. All right, the app that I'm going to build today is a basic task tracker with a slight twist. It's going to have a timer with a start, stop, and pause feature. It's going to have a daily summary of the tasks you've done for the day, plus the breakdown of how much time you spend on them, and a save button that allows you to download your daily summary as a PDF. And of course, an email feature so that you can email it to yourself or even if your client if you're using this for work. And that's going to be the start. The summary is there so that I can see what I've done in the day. But rather than a boring list of items, I actually have an idea of how to make it a little bit more fun. I really like the idea of ASCII art and those old slow word processors. So I think it would be really fun to do a little progress report at the end of the day. And now I'll just let it cook. For this part, since I'm just planning, I'm going to stick to GPT 5.4 low and I'll change it when we're ready to start building. Right, as you see, it started to write the plan for my project. It's read my reference notes, it's asking a few clarifying questions. Sometimes those are just about the design, but sometimes they will be about how you're going to create the structure of your project, like specifying an email provider if you're going to add the ability to send emails. Okay, so now we have a nice little plan which includes a summary and the features I want in the initial MVP. It's also got the details for the visual direction, all of it pulled from the notes I uploaded earlier. Now that will help Codex build something closer to what I want. Because truth be told, this is actually one of the limits I've seen with Codex. It's not the most design-friendly builder. It's made for going fast and logical, not necessarily being pretty. So the more help you can give it, the better. All right, I actually really like the plan that Codex has built. So let me just scroll to the bottom of the response right here and hit implement this plan. So it's going to start building. Okay, step one of the plan was to create the initial prompt, which has been created as a markdown file. Now I'm going to take that prompt into a fresh conversation to start building. And before we build, let me switch on over to higher reasoning. All right, first, I'm going to scaffold the application. That means that Codex will create all the files it needs from the app, but keep them empty for now. This is Codex moving from planning to implementation. And I can see that it's working, asking me a few questions to create my app according to my plan. Now, I just want to build an MVP to get this app to a place where it's working and deployable. Okay, it's been working for a few minutes now. I can see its thinking process in the chat here, and I can see that it's built out this file structure of the app for me, but I don't see anything. If I open up the sidebar here, I'll see it actually opened a browser environment and has a preview of what my app will look like in the browser. All right, wow, the app is looking good already, and it's working on its own. Okay, Codex is taking a moment to actually test the app, and I swear I'm not the one doing this right now. And you can see in the chat that Codex is the one walking through the workflow. Once it's done, it'll keep the local host server open so I can try it out myself. Honestly, the app is looking good already, but there are a couple of changes I'd like to make before we deploy. First off, I kind of want something a little bit simpler. I don't want the live summary updates since it's a little bit distracting, so let's prompt that out of it. All right, this is a lot better now. Now, there's still a couple of things that I want to change, so I'm going to speed this up a little bit while I make a few adjustments. Actually, I'm going to slow down because this is pretty cool. I wasn't sure how to word one of my prompts, so I just started a little side chat. I opened up a new tab at the top, just as I would in a browser, and started a side chat. So while the main chat continued working, I asked for some tips on how to prompt the next change I wanted to make. By the time I figured it out, Codex had already tested my last request and was ready for another one. Pretty cool, and great for multitasking. Okay, let me get back into this. I'm almost done. All right, this is actually closer to what I wanted. Now you can add the task on the screen and hit Start Day. Then I see my list of tasks and the controls. Once I hit Finish my day, it goes to the final screen and I see the summary. This is a great MVP. It's functional and already very useful. I'm just going to quickly ask Codex to review its code before I deploy. All right, the app is working now, but it's only working in the Codex cloud environment. I can't use this on a browser, well, at least not yet. For that, we'll have to deploy the app. Now, the best way to take this app from Codex to a public website is through a GitHub repository and a Hostinger Node.js hosting plan. Both Codex and Hostinger allow you to connect directly to your GitHub account, so you can push to a repository with one command, and it will auto-deploy on your Hostinger website. Now in Codex, you can find the GitHub connection in the plugins menu, along with a million other plugins that can make your workflows easier. On the other side, a Node.js web hosting plan with Hostinger means that push will keep going until you see it live on a website. Now you can connect the domain and then keep an eye on your site from your dashboard inside of hPanel. Oh, and if you're looking for a discount, there's a 10% coupon code in the description box below. Now, once that connection is made, we're pretty much done. I can keep editing the app in Codex, pushing the updates to GitHub, and they will auto-deploy on Hostinger. My little task tracker app is useful and lightweight. For now, I'm going to keep it as it is. But if you wanted to upgrade this app, I could add a login and save feature. That way, I could keep track of my receipts across multiple devices and sessions. Then eventually add the option to email myself a monthly summary or breakdown of how I spend my time. I could even add recurring tasks so I don't have to manually enter them every time. And thinking about it, long term, this could be a serious business. All right, that's everything you need to know on how to build an app with Codex and how to deploy it on Hostinger. You can check out what I made today at the link down below, along with the special discount code HA10 for 10% off your Node.js web hosting plan. And if you want to see how this compares to building with Claude Code, then make sure to check out this video on the screen right here. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.